Hello?
Hey, Kendra.
Hey, girl, what you doing? Am I bothering you?
No, I'm over here studying and listening. Lucky was entertaining. He was
He
fun.
was. I think Lucky's the type of guy that some women wouldn't give a chance. But I think if they went out with him, they would be pleasantly surprised.
You could not help but to laugh with him. I agree.
Yeah. What do I want to be lucky to be with you, Lucky?
Well, I'm not gonna lie. I'm pretty on the chivalry train. So if you want your door opened all the time, if you want me to make you dinner and breakfast in bed, if you want me to treat you as a queen, I mean that's really it. So if you want to, it's like traditional values with a modern concept.
You want to sing one more time before you go, Lucky?
Do I want to sing?
Yeah, 20 seconds.
Oh,
Sing us out.
absolutely. Oh shoot, what do I sing? Losing myself in the river of love, breaking my heart, fly away like a dove from me, lost ecstasy. Oh, oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's your name, honey? Is it Jasmine?
Yes, it's Jasmine. Kendra, I have been here before. I have an update.
Okay, what's your update, honey?
Girl, okay, so I called it like my Kendra dating show experience from hell because when I came on the last time, like we had a good talk. You put me on Facebook as like a highlight and whatnot. And I had like a good turnout, I would say. I mean, not everybody is somebody you looking at, but like 800 people came to follow me. At some point, I just opened up my page, right? I talked to like 3 people, but like the one person who I will end up really having a story about, his name was like Lamar. Okay. And of all the people I could have fell for, I fell for him because he was like in my area. So it was a reason to move forward. The other two, one was in Pennsylvania. I'm in the DMV. One was in Pennsylvania. The other one was in Chicago. They were cool, but at the end of the day, it's always like just something and you just don't really want to move forward. And then this guy had the leg up because he was in my area, tall, good looking. He spent money on me. He was like always talking to me on the phone, text, in between moments, all of that. But like we just had these moments where every so often, like he would like ghost me. Ghost. Casper the friendly ghost. And then come back and be like, here go $500, Steve. Where you at? What you doing? I'm sorry. Like, I didn't mean it. And like love bomb me.
So,
And
like,
then
let's start from jump. Because when was you here?
April.
April, okay.
For sure, April, yes.
April. And when did you meet the guy?
Had it been like he was one of the first people in my DMs. He was
Okay,
like,
so you met him soon, so back in April. So how often did y'all date and then when he would go missing?
we would go on like 2 or 3 dates and then he would go missing.
For how many days?
Girl, he would like block me, and that's how I knew he went ghost. And then he would like stalk me in between the time, look at my page, like unblock me to look at my page. I would see it like in my stories or whatever, but I couldn't see his page or whatever it might be. Like,
so he probably had a girlfriend.
That's what everybody thinks, but I really kind of still don't think that. I don't.
Well, why else would he block you and then come back?
Kendra, me and my friends do not know. We done talked about all of
you know.
No, I don't know. I have no clue. Like, we was out. He done posted me on his Instagram. We done been out in public, holding hands, spending money. I done seen him at his place. No girlfriend.
Okay, wait. So go back. So he posted you on IG.
Well, on his story, correct.
Oh. Yes. Tell the whole story. He posted you. Okay, so when he posted you on his IG story, were y'all booed up?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So he might have been mad at his girl that time. And then when he wasn't mad at his girl, he blocked you so you wouldn't see his girl.
I mean, if we want to go with that story, we can go with that one.
What do you think happened? You think aliens kidnapped him during them times he was blocking you?
I definitely don't think that. I think that this is what he does, and it's funny to him. And I think it makes
funny to him because why'd you let him come back?
Well, I was enticed by the money, and I really do enjoy the times that we have. It's like when we talked on the phone, he was like a best friend. We could talk about anything. We had the best conversation. Huh?
So what's the problem? You accepted his behavior, so what's the problem?
It's no problem. It's just an update.
And you said it was an update from hell. I'm thinking
It is an update from hell because when you meet somebody, okay, so I'm somebody who doesn't like people all the time, right? Like I
girl,
just don't.
you admitted to yourself you was enticed by the money. So this ain't
But
hold on.
that might be get back in the door
I
and
love
I'm
this story.
entertaining it. But at
Listen,
the same
hold
time,
on, real quick.
I enjoy everything else too.
Wait, say it. Go ahead. I'm sorry to cut you off. I want you to speak so I can speak. Go ahead, say it.
Along with me, yes, very much so. The money for sure. It's like, okay, yeah, he coming in. At least he come, because I could say he dated me way better than other guys when we were on, right? When we were on, he dated me way better than other guys. It felt like, but he had this mishap, these ways, this ghosting mentality and whatnot. But when we were on, like all the talking, the vibing that we did, the different conversations, it got like super deep. But in the end of the day, like all of it was false. Like this man would literally like say to me, I want to be your rock. He would try to bring up my dad dying recently in December. He would be like, I just feel like you've been through so much. I want to be your rock. Like it got all the way to the point where he literally asked me to be his girlfriend. But the next day, you know what happened, right?
How often did he block you and come back?
At least 3 times.
So what was your final straw?
I mean, after the second time, I just wasn't even phased anymore. I just was dealing with it because, again, he would come back and give me like, it would be like $800 in one sitting. And I mean, who's going to say no to that? You know what I mean?
A lot of people will say no to that.
No, I'm going to take the money. I like going out to go eat food. You know what I'm saying? I enjoy
he already knows how you want it.
Huh?
He already knows. I think this is what I think you're not accepting. I'm not excusing his behavior, but you proved to him that the money is most important to you because you tolerated his behavior because of the money. So to him, it's like men on that side, there's always ways people look at it. So when a man knows he's giving you money and money's going to get you back, he puts you in that type of category. You're not really about him. You about the money. Because if you was really about him or wanted something deeper, hold on. If you wanted something deeper, you would have been turned off from the jump. The first time you would have did it, you wouldn't have came back. It wouldn't have been enough money to please you. And it's cool. I'm not judging you, but you just got to honor the role you played in it. Like you making him the bad guy. I don't know if he's the bad guy. You tolerated the behavior. He ain't a bad guy. He gave you $800.
He's the bad guy in this scenario. I promise you. He's the bad guy in this scenario.
He's not. That's the story all you women want to tell, but he did it 3 times, and you taught him this.
I accept what I did.
You taught him his behavior because you accepted the behavior, and you said you was enticed by the money. So therefore, he know you a money girl. So he gave you $500, $800, enticed you. In his mind, he was a good guy because he gave you some time.
He sure was in his mind. But I totally accept my responsibility in it. I feel like, in the end of the day, I still had a good time in the sense of the dates and all of this stuff. But it still is an experience from hell because when you end up liking somebody and whatnot, and it's just like, damn. Like,
why did you like a man that was
still about the games and whatnot?
You got to ask yourself this question. You need to self-reflect. Why did I like a man that ghosted me? Why did I like a man that would tell me the things that you brought up something deep as your father and would not show up and prove it? It's not about him. He's going to be him. Like attracts like. So it's about you trying to figure out why did you like that? And you got to get to that.
It's not that I like the fact, even before the first time he ever even ghosted me, right? I still did like him, period. I did. So in the end, I did like him and who he was presenting himself to be, whatever that representative of him was. And in the end of the day, I still take my accountability for moving forward in ways after the ghosting, because I'm like, well, hell, if he gonna give me money and take me out on dates and blah, 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 like, you know what I'm saying? I'm just enjoying my life and good time, whatever, anyway.
So at that moment, he's no longer a bad guy, and you shouldn't tell the story that way because you just said right there, you chose to accept the behavior and enjoy the behavior. So he's not a bad guy. You just said to us that why not have a good time, accept the money, and be with him. That is your way of saying I'm gonna enjoy him for what he is.
Mm-hmm. It is the truth. Yeah, I did enjoy him for what he was. When I say he's a bad guy, he's not like a horrible person. I'm not necessarily saying that, But in also still in the scenario, like
Y'all
it's
had
not like
sex?
qualities that he displayed.
Y'all had sex?
Yeah, we had sex.
So what do you want, Jasmine? What's your goal?
Well, I came just to tell you an update, my love. That's it.
No, I'm saying, no, I'm asking you outside of that now. What's your goal in a relationship? Like, do you want something committed?
Of course, yeah, because I mean, I'm 31. At some point in time, I'm going to want to be a wife. I'm going to want to be a mom, you know, all of that. But as life goes on, right now, I'm just dating, focusing on my school, you know, my professional wants in life. That's really where I'm at with it. You know, as I'm not so pressed anymore, like, oh, I want to be married tomorrow, blah. No, it doesn't even. It will come. Whatever God's path for me is, it will come. It will get figured out, you know, and I will be intentional as it goes. And yeah, I'm learning as I go as well. But like nobody appreciates being played with. When women come on your show and ask for consistency and ask for somebody who doesn't lie, it's still
Jasmine. I don't think it's fair to say he played you though.
I think so. It's fair to say that he played with me and he played with my emotions and all of that.
You played with you and you played with your emotions because you kept accepting his behavior because of the money.
I can agree with that. But I also would say that he definitely still, what's the point of lying? If you lying,
because he probably wants to have sex with you. You're an attractive girl. He's gonna lie.
I don't think that that's all he necessarily wanted. But we can say that.
Say again?
I said, I don't think that that's like all he necessarily wanted, but we can say that.
Let me say this. He probably liked you, right? He probably liked you. Obviously, he's giving you money. You're an attractive girl. He probably also had the good time that you were having in those moments too. The difference is, I don't know. It seems like you wanted more of a committed long term, whereas he was okay with the moments he shared with you. And then when he didn't want to be with you, he would just block you and come back to you when he felt like it.
And my thing is, a lot of women out here would be okay with something that they enjoy and could go out with, have fun with, have sex with, and then meanwhile is still trying to figure out what that person is who really could play that position. But it's just like, in the end, you're still lying and playing with me if you can't just say that. Why can't
Let me ask you a question.
You want to fuck and have fun?
Why would a man say that? You're not, I mean, well, listen, how about this? Whether he said it with his words, he said it with his actions. And at the bottom line, you're the one that says he went ghost and he would come back. Now, if he didn't come back with money, would you have tolerated him?
Of course not. For sure not.
End of story.
For sure not.
End of story. So
I'm not disagreeing with you
whether
at
you
all.
want to acknowledge it or not, the money is what attracted you. And the money is what kept you as long as it did. If he didn't have the money, he wouldn't be able to got that far. And a lot of men notice, and this is why men with money know that y'all out here screaming, I want a real man, I want security, I want a husband, I want you to be there, I want you. Child, you want the money.
No, but we do want that, period. Because when I ask for
if you want that should be your focus.
When I want a man, I'm not asking for a man to always like drown me in money and do that. That's not even my relationship with all the men that I meet and move forward with necessarily. So I want the good, better, best qualities out of a man. I don't want you to just give me money and treat me like shit and try to fuck me and duck me. That's not what I aspire to have.
And stop tolerating that then. Stop tolerating it. That's on you.
But that's
you
just the toleration with him.
Hold on, pause. We're only going off of what you told us. And you told us he would ghost you, come back, give you $800. Who's gonna turn down $800? You also said if the money wasn't involved, it wouldn't went that long. So a man can only treat you the way you allow him to treat you. So if you want a man to give you money and dump you, stop tolerating it.
I agree with what you're saying, but within the situation and scenario of it all, I definitely said what it was and what I expected and what was not.
Actions speak louder than words, honey.
About all of that.
Actions speak louder than words. Your words don't matter if your actions don't align. So you can say something, but if you taught me that I could ghost you, come back and give you money and spend some time with you and ghost you again, your words mean nothing. Your actions mean everything.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just saying the experience you had with him, and I'm not really defending his experience. What I'm saying is who he is doesn't matter. And all ladies need to get this. Who the guy is does not matter. It's all about what are you going to accept and how you're going to react. And if a behavior is not acceptable, then it has to not be acceptable. Can't no money change it.
I agree. That's the reason for boundaries and everything else. I agree.
Jasmine, you're a beautiful girl. I can tell you got body, pretty skin, nice smile. You're going to always have men at you because you're pretty, you know? What's going to be for you to decipher is character. And I'm not saying you got to be with a broke man. Huh?
Yes, 1,000%.
Well, let me tell you this. This is why I say this. Humbly speaking, most of the men in my world are very, very well off. And they know that women are only tolerating their behavior because of their money. And a lot of times that's why they treat women a certain way. So a man that can give you $500 or a man that can give you $800, in his mind, his story would be completely different than your story. He'd be like, I gave her I don't just be giving girls $800. I don't just be giving girls $500. I don't just be with girls. Like, he's going to probably say he treated you better than other girls, which would be the truth from his story. But women, y'all are the ones that have taught men that they can get away with stuff because of money. So as you move forward in your dating, and if you want something with character, and that's most important, make that at the top of your list. Start with character and then go to the other qualities. But character has to be first if that's what's most important to you.
It is important to me, Kendra.
You're beautiful, Jasmine. Just don't let your beauty get played with. And don't settle for no dollar amount.
And all of that stuff. And I mean, I try to, give chances and be forgiving and all of that mess. But, it's about to be giving JT over here because I just cannot take it anymore.
It's not giving JT.
It's about to be.
Well, what's giving JT? JT got a whole boyfriend.
No, we're not talking about her having a boyfriend. It's just like attitude, demeanor, and just, like we could wake that side up. But, I try to be the best Jasmine every day and try not to act like that. But it's just like, you really don't know who you're dealing with sometimes. And you just kind of want to.
Jasmine, let me say this. As soon as you change and what's important to you, the quality of the men will change. And that's all I can say. I think a lot of times, this is a lesson for all women. A lot of women are having bad experiences, and I've been the woman that had a lot of bad experiences. And I realized, with me, I was once engaged and I started dating in my world. And when I was dating in my world, I was very big on the show. Like, oh, you got money. I'm this radio girl, like the perception. So I would attract the show, but I wasn't attracting the substance. So you just gotta decide what's most important for you. And trust me, it will show up because when the money can't get you no more, it won't even be attracted to you. Like when you start dating a guy, he ghosts you no matter how much money he has, you won't even be attracted to that no more. It'll be like, nah, I'm not the one to play with. This is what I'm on. But you still got a journey to go. I'm older than you. I've been through more life journey than you. I got hope for you though.
Thank you, girl.
Bye, Jasmine.
See you, Kendra.
Bye, baby.
Bye.
As soon as you learn you cannot change people, all you can change is yourself, you will start attracting a different type of person. Just focus on you. Just focus on changing you, changing how you show up, changing what you desire, and then the people that you attract will change. And if you are still attracted to some of those old people, they won't go too long. You'll be turned off instantly. Trust me. All right, let's keep going.